for newcomers to the sport, it's quite difficult in Formula One to see actually what the driver is doing that makes him so special. Why was Max able to do that? And it's very, very, very complicated and very precise details. But if you think about an 800 kilogram racing car, which is a heavy racing car these days, going through the air and turning simultaneously, and what it takes to do that at exactly the right rate, every lap, every corner, that's what Max achieved. And no other driver on the day did that. Maybe Charles Leclerc got somewhere near it in the Ferrari, but Max was doing it at a level that I haven't seen really for a long time. I think put another way, if you think that the Max era began in the two-pedal era, in other words, you can't really compare him with Senna, Mansell, Clark, anyone that you want to get who was a three-pedal driver with a manual shift, who had lots of other things to think about, and in those days more things to worry about with the car management as well. And these days he's in a very electronic era, two pedals. He's actually, if you're the right sort of driver, you've actually got more capacity to go to another level now. And I think Max has done that. I think he's absolutely at a level now where his receptors for what's going on around him in all sets of circumstance are unheard of. And because of that, I don't think any other driver gets that on the grid. I don't think they can perceive what Max is doing. And it's all feel, it's all about feel. And at the speed at which Max is doing these things, it's almost immeasurable. And the faster you're going, the more precise you have to be. You cannot ask a car to do too much too quickly at high speed. And Max does it at exactly the right rate and pace. And at slow corners, it's slightly different, but on quick corners, and there are plenty of quick medium speed corners at Suzuka, we saw that. Of course, that manifests itself in a television picture of a car that appears to be almost on rails, and Max just being wonderfully in control of every bit of road and not allowing Lando to get anywhere near him. But what we're not seeing is what Max is doing with the steering, the brakes and the throttle to enable him to be that quick in a car that isn't as good as a McLaren. It doesn't have as much downforce as a McLaren. And in order to have the same lap time, he's had to take more downforce out of the car, and he's having to dance on tiptoes all the time, and the tires changing all the time. I thought, one of the, I was going to say funniest moments of the race, but actually, if I think about it, it was one of the most irritating moments of the race. Was when Lando's race engineer got onto Lando, and it was one point, obviously trying to give him encouragement, and he said something along the lines of, "You're doing really well, Lando. You've got the pace here. You got the pace. You're doing a much better job of tire management than Max." A, how does he know that? Because he's not driving the Red Bull. B, for anyone to say that Lando was doing a better job of tire management than Max Verstappen in an inferior car is beyond comprehension. I think what he meant to say was, and we at McLaren have better tire wear properties, tire management properties than they at Red Bull, because we got a better car with a bigger sweet spot. That's what McLaren have. But actually to say that Lando was doing a better job of tire management than Max was ludicrous. Anyway, I'm sure, to give him the benefit of the doubt, that's probably not what he meant. It's just how it came out, I guess.